How's it going, everybody? Landon Middleton here, owner of dbsadvantage.com. We specialize in vetted recruiting and retention systems through our technology and our team. I'm excited to be joined with Judy Weiss. She's head of risk management, a.k.a., who gets qualified in recruiting or not. And so she vets all that and does a fantastic job. And we've had the privilege of working with Judy in Great Plains Trucking out of Kansas for roughly, 3 months now? Judy, I think so, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
And so, Judy, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
And so, real quick, the purpose of this interview is here at DBS, we have incredible technology that we integrate with the systems such as Great Plains inside their recruiting and management as well as HR system, to where that allows us to vet the driver fully and send them qualified applicants that really shorten the time and speed up the time to bring on a driver and get them on the road as quickly as possible. And so we do all the legwork up front, and then we have retention and as well as orientation strategies if that's needed. And so I wanted to bring Judy on because I wanted you to hear directly from a great carrier client, so a great company. Judy, you've been with the company 30 years, which says something about Great Plains. Company's 40 plus years old, which says something about awesome success in this industry. And you just got great leadership from owner and president down. I mean, you just got a great team. So, Judy, specifically, where have you seen the greatest value? And from that, what has that allowed you to do moving forward?
The greatest value is just the fact that the questions have been answered by the drivers or by your staff to the drivers before I even see their application. I don't have to spend 10, 15 minutes with each driver answering their questions, asking them questions just to find out that there's, one piece of data that was omitted at the very beginning and I can't qualify them. So just the fact that it's a very quick process. Once I see that application and, run the MVR, verify that type of information, I'm ready to make them an offer.
Oh, that's exciting. That is a great point because it's so tiresome and expensive to constantly chase down AKA leads, unqualified applications. No disrespect to the other great companies out there, but that's a big difference between our system, technology, and our great team. Neil Scroggins, our head of recruiting, and his team below him, CJ, head of operations that makes the technology sing, and then myself, and just passionate about what we do in growing our company. We've been growing quickly with great companies like yourself, but that's the big difference. We not only recruit through our social media marketing that is so dialed in and quick to grow a pipeline such as yours. I know you've got a pretty large one now, and we have approved drivers on a waiting list. And by the way, when you get full out there, your fleet gets full, it's very easy to recruit and have a waiting list because especially after COVID and a financial decline in the industry, a lot of drivers want to make sure that you're financially solvent and that they're not going to be at risk because, drivers that have been with companies 10 plus years for the first time in a decade are looking for new employment because, they were furloughed or let go. And so, Judy, with that, now that you've eliminated a lot of time and the headache, sped up the hiring process, and really increased the quality of the conversations in a very short amount of time with the drivers, what else has that allowed you to do internally that maybe you weren't able to do before as much?
Well, I'm able to put more of my attention onto, the safety, the training, the kind of back end duties that I have to make us a safer fleet, working with more training the drivers more individually, and just kind of focusing on where we want to take our safety office in the future. Absolutely.
And so now that you're a full fleet, you're investing into growth as Brett, the head of the company, aka your husband, sorry, let it be known, All your hundreds of employees know, so now the world knows. And there's probably some favoritism in there. Maybe not. Maybe it's worse. So
depends on the day.
with that,
No, just kidding.
With Judy, if you don't mind, for those who don't know, because your fleet is full and there's some serious consideration in investing into more trucks, what's that mean to you and your team internally? I mean, has the excitement grown? And what's the buzz inside?
Oh, I think everybody's excited about being able to do and, put to reality some of the ideas that we've had for years. And it's like, wow, we might be able to actually, pull this off this year instead of just a pipe dream somewhere down the road. We're like, okay, what's our step? Where do we go from here?
Well, that's exciting. Our company, I've been in trucking 14 years and agency has been rocking 12. And, as I've grown in the industry, I've recognized just the severity of this problem and how expensive it is, and how painful it is. So many fleets going under when they didn't have to. If they just had drivers, and obviously have to make good financial decisions, let's assume they are, then, they can be confident in growth or at least sustainability. And from there, I just knew, and I was passionate and I'm still addicted to this problem. We are going to change the face of what recruiting and the expectation of it is. And give companies the confidence and the passion to go, you know what, I can grow. And I have a system, I have a team behind me, and internally we're becoming more efficient. We have laid the foundation to really build. And that's exciting to hear. And so I'm going to get emotional if I keep talking about it, because that's how much I love this. So with that, Judy, I do have to ask, as I'm selfish, but would you recommend us to others?
Oh, absolutely. You've been a great help to us.
Well, thank you. And thank you for your time. I know it's expensive. And so I'm going to cut it off and let you get back to finishing the week. And so from all of us at BBS and everybody watching, big thank you. And we'll see you on the next interview.
All right. Thanks, Landon.